How's everyone doing? Welcome to the final episode of After the After Hours with your boy TraderPrad. The final day of this week is tomorrow going to be a free fall Friday. Now get ready for tomorrow. Powell going on the microphone. Powell going on the microphone again. Get ready for tomorrow. So I do have a watch list ready, but if you guys are ready, hit that like and subscribe. Hit that like and subscribe. Thank you guys for all the love. Thank you guys for all the support. Started. Why don't we dive into the full screen and hit that like and subscribe. Yo, what's up, chat? How's everyone doing? Welcome back to another episode. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful weekend. Weekend, especially if you're still... Wait, what's going on with my... Oops. I think I might have hit the wrong button, but... Okay, there we go. Now hit the right button. We're good. Hopefully everyone had a wonderful weekend. If you're Canadian, like Dieter, like myself, you're still having that wonderful weekend over here. But if you're trading the American markets, it is not the long weekend for you just yet. But next weekend is the long weekend. Monday being off next week for all of you Americans. Memorial weekend coming into play. But today was a Victoria Day for us. So very soon, you might hear some fireworks going off in the background. Hopefully my mic filters cancels out the noise, but my dog will start going crazy. So you might hear that's a little pre-warning for the show today. Happy Victoria Day for everyone who celebrates it. And in regards to the stock market, a little bit of up move on the good little QQQ today, right? QQQ gave you a nice little move to the upside today. We actually took out the all-time high again on the QQQ and on the S&P 500. We're building a little bit of a consolidation into the all-time high over here in both markets right before what possibly could be the biggest event of this week, which is the Nvidia earnings report, right? Nvidia earnings report sometime later on this week. We expect that to help the market go much higher, take a bunch of stocks along with it, or possibly bring the market right back down. So a lot of question marks over here as to how Nvidia will dictate the overall market. Will it actually go above $1,000 marker, or will it not go above $1,000 marker? So lots of questions over here. I know everyone's probably positioned in the options market already, guessing that the stock is going to go above 1,000, make a whole new all-time high, and that's going to create a lot of excitement. Our friend Angry Buddha, who's in the chat right now, actually posted a posted something or posted a paper, should I say, or a thesis at least on Reddit, or not on Reddit, on TradingView, as to why semiconductors should be on watch for the next few, I don't know, for the next quarter at the very least. I'm guessing what his report said. I don't really read it, but I saw he posted that report on our Discord. Go check it out. He's got a nice little case over there on the semiconductors, and I bet half of that semiconductor case starts with Nvidia earnings report this week coming out, so everyone's watching that very patiently. Along with that earnings report today, we did have PanW in the after hours. If you saw the thumbnail on the YouTube side, you saw how PanW flushed to the downside. Zoom also had its earnings. Zoom basically did absolutely nothing, but a bunch of other stocks tomorrow, the Jurassic stocks tomorrow coming out with the earnings report, such as Lowe's, Macy's. So we'll take a look at some of the positions over there. We even have XPEB reporting earnings tomorrow pre-market, which is something to keep an eye out for. But some of the stocks that reported earnings not too long ago, such as Roblox, Unity, Shopify, Airbnb, all those stocks are now at good levels that I think we have to keep an eye out for any sort of activity on the resolution of under the level or above a level, and hence those stocks are right back on the watch list over here, getting ready to see how they trade tomorrow. But one stock to keep in mind tomorrow most likely is that ZIM, as they are reporting in the pre-market. If I believe, I think they are reporting in the pre-market. We will, however, go through the earnings calendar very shortly, so if I'm wrong on that, we'll go find out. But a very interesting watch list for tomorrow, very active watch list looks like. We even have stocks like Silver, GME, Novavax, FFIE on the watch for tomorrow. You can even throw AMC in that list of stocks over there, but I'm not really too interested on AMC. Most likely just going to keep an eye on FFIE and GME, maybe a little bit on Novavax also for that meme squeeze stocks, and Silver at a new all-time high now, so watching Silver obviously. So why don't we dive right into the main screen. Let me just quickly say hello to all my viewers in the chat at the moment. We got Momo, Victoria, Dieter, TH, and Angry Buddha. What's up, people? How was your day? How was your trading day today? I basically did nothing. I went a little long on the QQQ later on in the day when we took out the high day, but the stock market completely pulled back and we basically did nothing after that. So I just closed my position for a loss, moved on. Very tiny loss on the day, so it's almost irrelevant for me on the on how my trades went. I'm just gonna say it how it is, negative, but very small negative to the point where it doesn't even matter. If they beat, Zim is taking off. If they miss, I suspect $15 mark to be interesting, says Momo. Ooh, okay, Momo talking about Zim over here. Angry Buddha, Momo, I saw a truck with Zim on the side while driving today. It's a sign. It could be a sign. I mean, you'll see Zim cargo label all over the place. I was always wondering what that company was, but eventually once I got into the stock market, it wasn't that hard to find out what that company does, right? But yeah, I've seen Zim all the time in my area. I kind of live in like the countryside, so when I'm getting onto the main street, we see trucks all the time. So the trucks are just plastered with Zim. So I'm surprised that that stock is so highly shorted, because you would think that they have a pretty decent company, but it makes sense, right? Shortages, lower shipments, higher interest rates, possible people not buying as many products as much as you think. You got the Suez Canal problems that probably affected Zim a little bit. So I mean, I can understand the problems that Zim possibly had faced through to get shorted that heavily, but I'm looking for that short squeeze on a positive earnings report tomorrow. So let's start talking about all the stocks on the watch list, but we start with what is on the earnings board. As you guys can see right now, the earnings stocks tomorrow, or at least tonight after hours, starting with PanW, Zoom. Tomorrow we got Zim, Macy's, Lowe's, even AutoZone for those of you who might be interested. That $3,000, $2,000 position. XPeng, something like Li Auto. Li Auto today flushed to the downside pretty hard. Possibly took XPeng with it, but we'll see how XPeng reports tonight after hours, actually in the Chinese market, or even in our market. Not really sure how their reporting structure works, but when they report, we'll be able to take a look at XPeng and possibly see for a repetition of a trade idea like Li. A couple of the people in my trading pod actually posted their Li charts today. They were able to catch a beautiful dip buy opportunity on Li Auto. Sadly, I wasn't watching that position off the open, missed out on that opportunity, but XPeng possibly could give us that opportunity tomorrow. So we'll continue to watch all these positions along with a bunch of stocks that I mentioned earlier on in the intro of the stream over here, such as Silver, FFIE, Roblox, Unity, Shopify, Airbnb at a beautiful level for us to take a look at. So why don't we start off with the number one list at the top, or number one stock at the top of the list. Number one stock at the top of the list, PanW, because they reported today after hours. Let me just quickly move some of my indicators over. Bang, bang, PanW. So PanW reporting today, sadly flushing to the downside. Absolute destruction. Looks like they did beat on EPS, they did beat on revenue, very slightly beating on revenue, but they did beat on EPS, but the market did not like what the stock had to say. So for that, we're gonna have to bring in Benzinga and see why did the market not like what looks to be a beat on EPS and a beat on revenue. Was it the guidance that they did not like? Is it the growth year to year that they did not like? What did the company really say in the report that the company's stock deserved to get flushed so hard for? So let me scour through my Benzinga app here. There we go. We found the report. Palo Alto reported $1.32 per share compared to $1.26. Quarterly sales came in at $1.985 billion compared to $1.96 billion. Represents a 15% increase year to year, so that's pretty good. We are pleased with the enthusiastic response of the platformization of the Q3, blah, 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 blah. We have remained disciplined. Outlook, Palo Alto sees fourth quarter adjusted earnings between $1.40 and $1.42 versus the estimates of $1.41, so pretty much within the estimate range. And revenue in the range of 2.15 to 2.17 versus 2.16, so also within the estimate range. The company expects fourth quarter total billings in the range of 3.43 to 3.48, representing a year-to-year growth between 9 to 10. So decreasing on the year-to-year growth, sadly. This current one, they came out with the 15.3. The next one, they're looking at somewhere between 9 to 10. That's probably where the market didn't really like, or quarter to quarter, they're expecting it to not really look too good over there. Palo Alto Network expects full year earnings to be between 5.56 to 5.58 compared to 5.51, above estimates, and full year revenue to be between 7.99 billion to 8 billion compared to 7.98 billion, above estimates. The company sees full year billings to be between 10.13 to 10.18, representing a growth between 10 to 11% year to year. Overall, I'm not seeing anything bad as to why the market push the stock down. They're growing year to year. The outlook is looking great too. I'm just gonna quickly pull up a couple other articles over here to see if they said anything else, maybe in their conference call. But overall, I mean, PanW got smoked, and I think we're gonna get absolutely bought right back up tomorrow. At the moment, you can see how there's a little bit of buying coming into play around $290. Where is that 290? Right back into almost the previous earnings anchored VWAP. The previous earnings anchored VWAP on the daily chart coming into play in the after hours to show you some buying, but the stock clearly sold off on what seems to be a decent earnings report, which has me a little puzzled. Right now, you're seeing that anchor VWAP from the current earnings move come in around $300, so looks like we have a little bit of range around $10 of a range between 290 to 300 over here on PanW to play out within. And if it can clearly resolve above 300, which I think it should do so without a problem tomorrow, I think the stock should clearly resolve above 300 and get above 300 without an issue. Stay above 300, find some buying, because that report doesn't look bad. But keep in mind that, you know, always you got to remind yourself, we are day traders, we are not analysts, and if buying comes in, that's great for our thesis. But if buying doesn't come in, then you don't want to fight that thesis. You don't want to keep trying to force the long on this trade, especially if the stock is not able to hold above 300. If we're not able to hold above 300, there's simply no long on PanW. Let me quickly turn off a couple of my indicators here so I can see a little better. All right, I want to mark out that area real quick. However, we're under that, I know that for a fact. We're here now. Is this the 290? No, it's 270 area where we seems to have found some support for quite some time. This is an area of resistance a little bit where we have to, where we were boxed for quite some time, and then we broke back out to the upside, and now we're playing right between that 290-ish area to 300 in the after hours. So I think that there's a clear resolution to be played out above 300 for a move to the north side. The stock has an ATR of $7. I think we see a bigger ATR move tomorrow, most likely in the double digits ATR for this position. I would not be surprised if we see a $14 ATR, 2 revolutions of its full range, of its normal range on an intraday position. So watch out for PanW to get very active. A nice R-vol spike coming into play too. For those of you wondering what that means, it means relative volume. A nice little bump in relative volume side too on PanW. How interesting PanW looks between 290 and 300. Sadly, the other stock that reporting today after hours looks exactly that boring. It did fluctuate a little bit in the after hours, don't get me wrong, right? We did fluctuate a little bit in the after hours over here, but looks very boring, very dull. We moved to the upside, we flushed back down, and then we kind of just settled into the low of today's ranges over here on Zoom Communications. Previously the love of everyone's life when we were in COVID, but you know, I guess I don't want to say I called the downfall, but everyone called the downfall at that point, right? Now it's time to see if this loved product has any value by revolutionizing its what's so easily replicable product, right? Revolutionize it a little bit more and offer more reasons for people to use this software. You know, they can easily now take over what Slack does. They can kind of bring themselves more into the enterprise systems and not only do video communications, but also do AI based note taking and you know, bunch of stuff, which I think they already might be doing right now, which I probably don't know about, right? But Zoom can do so much more with what they have at the moment, and we would want to see how that plays out. At the moment, Zoom did a positive earnings report, 13% beat on EPS, 1.3% beat on revenue, but nothing burger of the move, nothing that really gets me too excited. And you know, as PanW moved and how exciting PanW looks to trade tomorrow, Zoom is completely on the opposite side. So we'll just have to wait to see if pre-market can get some activity. And also look how long we've been in this ranges for Zoom now. I'm not really looking for Zoom to break out above 75 anytime soon yet, right? I'm not looking for it to do anytime soon yet. If it didn't give us a reactionary move above 76 off this earnings report, I'm not expecting it to do so later on in the day, right? So just not happening. PanW is a silver penny stock. It is not. PanW is cybersecurity position stock. Cybersecurity. Palo Alto Network, PanW. Multinational cybersecurity company with headquarters in Santa Clara, California. Core product is a platform that includes advanced firewalls and cloud-based offerings that extend those firewalls to cover other aspects of security. The company serves over 7,000 organizations in over 150 countries, including 85 of the Fortune 100. It is home of the Unit 42 Threat Research Team. What is that? And hosts the Ignite Cybersecurity Conference. It is a partner organization of the World Economic Forum. Oh, okay, damn. Palo Alto Network is listed 8 in the Forbes Digital 100. In June 2018, a former Google and SoftBank executive, Nikesh Arora, joined the company as chairman and CEO. I was actually going to use his face as a thumbnail, but I decided not to at the end. Where's that picture? Let me show you guys the picture. I decided not to. But there you go. Provides services to some of the biggest companies in the world. Pan W. ZM, not really as interesting, but obviously since it's reported earnings, maybe you can catch some traction tomorrow if we can play with some of the normal tech levels like today's high, today's low, last week's high, last week's low. Maybe the stock can get a little activity off of those price points for us to react off of. You can possibly expect the stock to react off of those areas right now off of the after hours. You can see how not really. I guess last week's low, we pierced through that. We kind of didn't even get close to last month's high. Last week's high and today's high were nearly exactly the same, surprisingly enough. So yeah, just looking for any of these tech levels coming into play for me for us to react off of. Besides that, I'd much rather react with Pan W. Actually, I want to see if Pan W had any bounce off of any significant level. So right there, last week's low is around $300, and we just put in that line around 290, 292 coming into play. So that's a pretty good tech level. Last month's high is around 304, and then today's low, or sorry, yesterday's low is right around today's low. Okay, so looking to see how Pan W sets up around these tech levels also for us to react off of. But right now, clear box, a beautiful box coming into play on the stock right under 300 position. Li Auto flushed quite a bit off of its earnings report, missed on EPS, missed on revenue. Li Auto previously, if I remember correctly, ramped to the north side, which was an insane ramp, and now we're all the way reversing that ramp right back to the downside. So let's watch the destruction set out on this beautiful stock. Previously, we were looking to see how the stock would react on what would be a breakout of $47 on the last earnings report ramp up, but that never came into play, and it was just straight short from there on. Today, obviously, pre-market earnings report kickstarting that move number 2 on this position, if you want to call it, taking it under that previous earnings low. I think we were right here into the previous earnings, so well under the previous earnings low. We're pretty much into the 52-week low right now, creating the 52-week low today, but not yet at the all-time low. The all-time low is around $12 or so, but creating the new 52-week low, getting bought up from that, triggering SSR, which is short sale restriction. There's a chance that, the stock will be on SSR tomorrow too, which will make it a little bit harder for you to get short, but doesn't mean that you can't get short. And wow, look at that capitulation candle right there. I gotta actually ask my manager, would this classify as a capitulation candle? Let me just, oh, what happened in our chart over here? Okay, so Li Auto, looking to see how this stock sets up. So this is basically a day 2 play now. The day 1 play was a flush to the downside. Any pullback to the north side, which would be today's high of $23. Don't think we get back to $23. Today's VWAP, which is around $21.50, $22. Would that be an area to keep an eye out for? But let me just quickly put this question in my work chat over here. Would this be a capitulation candle on Li? Bang. And we asked that question. Jamie Dimon said the stock was expensive. Which stock? Li Auto? Hey Prad, can you talk about JP Morgan price action, please? It sold off on heavy volume today. Any support zones you can help with identify? Thanks a lot. Yeah, no problem, mate. No problem. JP Morgan. Oh, big sell-off on JP Morgan there. Jamie Dimon hurting his own position. Okay. Wow, big volume candle. Beautiful sell-off. Jamie Dimon says his retirement is getting closer. Okay. So obviously, market's gonna flush from that. Not a surprise if he says something like that. Not a surprise. Now, in terms of levels, you can see how it had a little bit of a box over here. that we could possibly look to see how the stock reacts into. The previous resistance, will it turn into support? That previous resistance also can be drawn all the way back till here. You can see how that previous support turned into resistance, and then will it turn back into support is a question we don't know, or will it dip back into what seems to be right here is the earnings anchored VWAP right into the low of this zone. Now I don't really know what will happen. Clearly the market likes Jamie Dimon and they don't want him to retire. At least the investors who like JP Morgan and want to be invested in JP Morgan don't want Jamie Dimon to retire. I mean, how old is this guy now, right? How long do you want to keep squeezing his nuts for? Let him go. Let him retire. He's 68 years old. Let him retire, right? But not everyone can be Warren Buffett, I guess, who's just sitting there on the throne at 93. What an absolute legend. JP Morgan, though, makes sense that that catalyst is going to push the stock to the downside. We were at all-time highs now, right? At all-time highs, and people are ready to take profits on any sort of a catalyst like that. So that catalyst could easily bring the stock to the downside a little bit. I wouldn't look to catch a falling knife. Let the stock build a support and show you a support where you can use that to get long off of. Don't just try to catch a falling knife on the way down. However, if you're looking for supports, you can look to see how the previous earnings anchored VWAP reacts. Right now, I have anchored VWAPs from not just the last report, but the report before that and the one before that. And you can see how the last two earnings report, or should I say the out of the three that I have, the last two earnings reports are still on a pretty steep slant to the upside, showing you the trend is still north. And even the most recent earnings VWAP is still showing you that the trend is still north. So based on that, if we still come down, the buying is still expected to come in. It's usually when the anchored VWAP start to flatten out is when you might see a trend reversal where we're going down. But you got to remember the catalyst back here is completely different to the catalyst that we're seeing right now. So this could start triggering a big sell-off event. It wouldn't hurt to actually throw in an anchored VWAP for the whole day today, which I already did. Wouldn't hurt to throw in an anchored VWAP for the whole day today and see how the stock reacts for the next few days, next few weeks on any sort of pullback into that anchored VWAP. Because if this is a big sell event, then we should continue finding selling off of that anchored VWAP point until the stock finds resolution. Continue finding that selling. So JP Morgan possibly might just put that on my watch list over here too. Let me put it right under FFIE. JP Morgan. JPM. How much ATR is JP Morgan pull out? 357. I like it. 357 with a nice pullback to the downside at the moment. Putting our train back on track over here and going to the stocks that are going to report or reported today. Well, we talked about three of the stocks so far: PanW, Zoom, and Li Auto. But one of the stocks that report tomorrow pre-market is going to be Macy's. So Macy's over here previously got destroyed, now coming back up a little bit. I mean, this is just the nature of Macy's, right? Moves up, gets destroyed, moves up, gets destroyed, moves up, gets destroyed. We'll see what happens over here on this earnings report. No expectations, but we do have a little bit of a level over here. If the stock is managing to get above, then, you know, wonderful opportunities over there. Or even get below over here. Beautiful double bottom. Right below over here. If we can get under that, maybe some opportunities over there. But Macy's doesn't really excite me for the short side. It excites me more for the long side. So let's get up to the north side Macy's and start punching higher. Lowe's, another stock in the boomer realm. Boomer stock, boomer position, Jurassic position, staying in realm with the, or staying in topic with my thumbnails for today. Let me quickly grab one of my other anchored VWAPs that I need to grab. Ooh, this one's actually giving you a nice anchored VWAP pin setup from the last two earnings report. You can see how it's right between the two earnings anchored VWAPs finding support off the bottom one, finding resistance off the top one, and possibly off this earnings report, we might see a breakdown to the downside off of the previous earnings VWAP, or breakout to the upside off the next earnings VWAP. So we'll see how the stock sets up over here. So far, I'm not really expecting great stuff from some of the retail stocks. Walmart did break out to the all-time high. Target also gave itself a nice little boost to the upside. Costco break to 800 to a new all-time high too, but it's lows. It's lows. It's not Walmart. It's not Costco's. It's Lowe's. So we'll see how this home builder compared to Home Depot, who also reported recently didn't really do too hot. So I'm not really expecting too much from Lowe's to come out into play over here. Overall, though, on the longer time period, there is a nice little setup over here coming into play. Shout out to your boy at Alpha Trends on Twitter /X, Mr. Brian Shannon. Another stock reporting tomorrow pre-market, XPEV, same idea as Li Auto, but the thing with Li Auto over here, Li Auto recently ramped to the north side to $47, right? So that was pretty insane, and the short opportunity on that stock was just going to be even more juicy if we were going to pull back. Over here, I mean, we didn't really do that much of a ramp up. We're at the lows over here, and if the stock reports earnings, how low can we really go, right? We're at all-time lows really on this position. So how low can we really go on this stock? And if we do pull back into that all-time low of $6, I would expect some opportunity to see a long over there. So I would obviously watch this stock. I'm not expecting great opportunities for the short side to the downside, but if we do break, if there's big size at 6, I'm expecting the stock to be on SSR. Most likely we don't get a chance to, you know, get short through it because it's SSR. But if we do get short, don't think we get much lower either. I could be wrong on that. I think the opportunity to get long off of 6 for beautiful scalps, multiple scalps, will be better. So XPEV at 6, I'll be watching it. That's if it has a bad earnings report. Now, if it has a good earnings report, it's going to possibly fly to the upside and start testing some of the barriers to the north side, somewhere into $9, $10 or so. So we'll be patiently watching to see how the stock reacts into those walls up into 10, up into 1050. 10/1050. So watching how XPEV behaves over there. Some of the squeeze stocks to be watched for tomorrow, such as silver. Silver in that squeeze meme basket, breaking out to another new all-time high today, just keeps on ramping up. So obviously keep silver on your watch. Tech levels such as today's high, today's low, last week's high, last week's low. See how the stock reacts to those prices. GME, now that the fall off has been finished, keep in mind they did have a stock offering, so they kind of killed their own squeeze a little bit by doing that. But the stock could be giving you more. I think Roaring Kitty's still tweeting, is he? Let's go check out. At this point, people probably muted Roaring Kitty because of how much is tweeting. Oh, he stopped at May 17th? Oh, okay, not bad. 2 days ago. But people probably muted Roaring Kitty for how much is tweeting at this point. But so be careful on that side if you're banking on him. Besides that, however, that stock could wake up, and if it does, there's some opportunities. But you possibly don't have to wait for this stock. Or you possibly don't have to wait for Roaring Kitty for this stock, because this one looks like it's ready to blast off anytime soon. Look at this one, Novavax past 15. If Novavax gets past 15, there could be an even bigger squeeze coming into play to the north side. So Novavax is getting ready for some traps. If those traps start blowing up, we got some good opportunities over here. 33% short float. 33.8% short float, going into $15 previously, finding a lot of selling, continues to find selling for the next few days, going into that very same $15 area. And with the way it's looking right now, please tell me we didn't break 15 in the after hours. We did not. And with the way it's looking right now, if we can start getting above 15 tomorrow and hold above 15, Novavax is getting ready to trap anyone who got short recently in this $13 to $14 area. So keep an eye out for this one, obviously. In that same meme squeeze basket, FFIE now getting rug pulled a little bit, sadly. The follow through is not really coming in for the long slide. So I mean, we're still above $1, so maybe the game's not over just yet, but the follow through is not really coming in for the long slide for FFIE. So it looks like the game might be over a little bit. We'll be waiting patiently, because if the stock can continue to hold $1, keep in mind it's a 90% short flow, so if it can continue to hold above $1, anyone who was expecting this to go to a penny, 9 pennies, 5 pennies, they will look to start closing their big positions. And once they start closing their position, the stocks start to go up to the north side. Once it starts to go up to the north side, all the people who missed out on the gains previously will start to get in. All the people who got gains previously will also start to get in, and they'll try to squeeze even more and more and more. So the game might not be over just yet, so keep this on the watch. But it's just kind of on a standstill at the moment, on a standstill moment. That's all for FFIE. JP Morgan is down. What a surprise, says TH. Prad, discuss AMD chart, please, if you get a chance. Yeah, I'll do AMD later. I'm just gonna walk through my watch list over here. Want to be ready for tomorrow. Is there a way to get updated info on the Zim short float? Finviz is actually pretty updated, but if you want to do the work yourself, you can go to the Nasdaq website, where I think I have it somewhere over here. I can't remember if I saved it or not. I have it somewhere saved. I can't remember where. But where the Nasdaq website posts directly what the numbers are, and you can do the math yourself. But Finviz does a pretty good job. I've seen them report it on the day of the publication, so I'm pretty sure this 22.5 comes from, where's the date? Trading calendar. Where's the date? The squares are the last short. We're in May, so May 9th was the last reported short release date. So pretty sure Finviz is using that data right there. I'm almost 99.99% sure of that. So with the 22% short flow for, is that 22% short flow for ZIM, that's most likely going to squeeze if we start breaking some of the levels on a positive earnings report to the north side. So keep an eye out on that one too. Don't miss out on that one. FFIE, we talked about that. JP Morgan, thank you to, who was it? Barkit, who told us to keep an eye on JP Morgan. Next stock, Roblox. Roblox now moving back into that 33.70 area, creating a little bit of a range between 32 to 34, exactly what we wanted to see. Now the resolution of that area will give you an opportunity to see how the stock plays out, either to the upside or to the downside. So above 34 or below 32 is going to take it right back to either 30, or above 34 is going to take it right back into the $40 zone. So watching how Roblox plays out, without a doubt, you don't want to miss out Roblox tomorrow. And if not even tomorrow, this could be an idea for, obviously everything I say right now is non-financial advice, but this could be also a setup that you could use on the swing trade idea. If the stock pulls back tomorrow, pulls back to somewhere around 32, you could use a stop at $30 and look for a move to $40, $50 on a swing term scale, or you could use that stop under 32 and look for a move to $33, $35, depending on how far your stop is. Be realistic with your exits also. If you're giving a wider stop, look for a wider target also, if that is in the granted range for the stock to play out in. So Roblox, I really like this idea, looking for that breakout above 34 for a move to $40. And if I'm taking the 34 breakout, my stop's probably at 32 for at least half my size, and the rest of my size is under 30, because you can see that's where the earnings day bottom is. The buying kept coming in from there. The idea doesn't really break until we break under $30 for this whole range, but since we did have a little bit more smaller range range is being formed, and especially for a day trader, if the stock can get above 34 for us and show buying above 34, that's a nice little gap close opportunity. And if the stock can get up under 32 and show rejection under 32 after some buying coming into play, all their buying stops that I just mentioned, the weak hands are gonna get burnt out. We're gonna maybe push into 30, 31, 32, and then blast back up. So everyone who got burnt over here got trapped, and that's why I say $30. So the idea is generally not done until we go down over here. You kind of want to wait for pullbacks to buy into position. So if the stock goes back to $32, this is a swing trade idea again. If the stock goes back into $32, you look to get long over there with the stop under 30, and you're looking for the move above 34, 35, 40 bucks to see how that plays out. Again, I'm just a day trader and I'm looking for day trading opportunities, and for that, 34 and 32 seem to be the two areas for me to play with, and I will be waiting for those levels patiently. Don't play swing trading ideas off of my ideas and then blame me if you're lost, okay? Period. That's the answer. Unity pulling to the all-time low now. All-time low Unity, $21.22. Today marker is $21.22, and you can see how the low on that day was also $21.22. So Unity moving to $21 basically at this point. You gotta see how it plays out. Its earnings report wasn't that bad, but however, the stock is continuing to get sold off. If we get under 21, does that open up a lot more room under 21 for Unity, or do we see some size at $21 that allows us to get some long off of the stock? So Unity around 21 without a fail. Continue to keep an eye out for it. Shopify finally creating a little bit of a base over here. You can use this base to get long off of in your swing term, long term stock, whatever idea you're looking for, but basically creating a nice little range of a $4 between $60 to $56 over here. For us as day traders, however, you're just waiting to see if the stock can get above 60. If it can get above 60 and can it hold above 60, there's a good long above there for us to keep an eye out for. So I'm just watching how 60 plays out. And for support, what is that low again? 58. 56, sorry, 56.50 was it? It was 57. So $57. Waiting to see how the stock plays out. Nice little $3 range between $59.50, between $60 to $57. Basically a $3 range coming into play on Shopify. Starbucks giving you the breakout. It gave you the breakout actually on Friday, which I did not know, but gave you the breakout on Friday. Nice little peekaboo above that level. Today we came back down, find support. So you're waiting to see how Starbucks sets up for a nice little gap close for a swing trade idea too. Starbucks, if it can find support above 77, you got a beautiful gap close into $84. If we don't find support above 77 and start pulling back down over here under 77, then that gives you a very tight risk to reward trade. There could be some buying at 74, but you don't have to wait till 74 for this type of a setup. You're just, because the stock already got above 77 and showing you a little buying above 77 already. So we want to see that extension continue, that momentum reversal. So you want to see it now continue back to the upside for that gap close above today's high. So look for 77 buy come into play on Starbucks. I typed A-Bucks. Airbnb, the next one. Airbnb creating a beautiful low right into that $144 after the earnings report. So if it gets under 144, beautiful short, amazing short to the downside, possible $4 short only, but you know, nice little short. I mean, the stock's ATR is $4, so what more do you want? If we can get under 140 here, sorry, should I say 144? If it gets under 144, we got to move down to 140 to the downside for S2 area, for one ATR of a move on Airbnb. So watch out how that stock plays out on the break of that level. As for resistances, I think the resistance is all the way back into 150, and the stock's ATR is only $4, so it's got a lot of room for us to go into 150, which I don't think it's going to come into play anytime soon, and I'm not willing to use its 1 ATR high as a resistance. You could use that, which was last week's high, yesterday's high, Friday's high, but for me, it's that 150. I'll just wait for 150 come into play. And these are mainly the stocks on the watch for tomorrow, the ones that really get me excited. There is GME over there, FFIE, that maybe I should color them into a different color, but mostly the ones that we have levels mapped out for. Stocks like GME, ZIM, at least ZIM, Macy's, and Low, they report tomorrow pre-market, so I'll be reacting them off of them based on how they move in pre-market. But these are the levels that really get me excited for tomorrow as to how I want to play in case any other position in the pre-market doesn't set up for me perfectly. If they don't set up for me perfectly, at least I have some stocks over here at amazing levels that I've been waiting for. Starting with Novavax at 15. That is the #1 priority tomorrow, without a doubt. Right off the open, watching Novavax to see how we react off that 15. You're watching PanW right off the open, without a doubt, to see how it reacts with that 290 or that 300 area. Now, you could watch stocks such as Nvidia. It's reporting this Wednesday after hours. It's also near its all-time highs. QQQ had a beautiful move above all-time high today, but then peaked right back to the downside. SPY moved back to the upside today too. So the market looks like it wants to continue running up at the moment. The semiconductors, obviously one of my favorite sectors to trade. AMD got slapped pretty hard to the downside, is now moving back up. Shout out to AMD. But in regards to the semiconductor sector, I think I am just going to be patient. There's no reason for me to blow my load, as they say. There's no reason for me to blow my load by trying to force a trade on the semiconductor sector when I know for a fact that Wednesday after hours, going into Thursday, going into Friday, I am going to get a trade opportunity on Nvidia. Let it be to the upside or to the downside. I am going to get either an opportunity to trade on the long side through 1,000, or a failure of upside, maybe because the report sucks, and a move right back below 900, going into 700, going into 800, a big time destruction move across the board on the overall semiconductor sector. So I'm not really looking forward to go and push buttons when it comes to trading any of the semiconductor stocks tomorrow. Granted, they might be at some levels for you guys to execute off of, like Micron into right back into its all-time high again. ARM kind of moving around a little bit. ARM flushed on Friday, and now it's finding some support off of the earnings anchor VWAP. But I want to preserve my mental. I want to preserve my load, and I want to blow it when the hottest girl comes into the market, and that's going to be on Nvidia. That's going to be on AMD. So I'm going to be very patient for these positions, these trades to get into play. And Nvidia, let's see what happens going into Wednesday after hours. Coin holding off that double bottom, triple bottom, and blasting back up right now. Bitcoin didn't even have that big of a move. Never mind. Bitcoin going for another rally here. Bitcoin back above $70,000, going for a rally. Round 2, let's fight, says Bitcoin. Taking Coinbase, Mara, IBIT, and everything along with it. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Bitcoin. Shout out to Mara. Shout out to IBIT. These are the moves that you live for. And if we get that move on Coinbase through the all-time high, sorry, not Coinbase, on Bitcoin through the all-time high, you don't want to miss out on IBIT, on BITO. At least BITO is going to be a little bit far away from that all-time high. Maybe GBTC you could do for the all-time high move, but you don't want to miss out on these stocks, because oh my goodness, that's going to be a juicy trade. So watch out what happens. Coinbase popping right back up to the upside thanks to the help of Bitcoin. Microsoft, Meta, Google, all of them going back into its all-time highs over here. Google, GL. Amazon's the only one kind of lagging. Amazon's a little lagging for some reason, even after its earnings report helping it out quite a bit. And then it said, no more help. We're going to make you struggle now. Meta, look how it's struggling. Now Meta looks like it wants to pull back to 450. So if Meta pulls back to 450 and finds some support, possibly a long opportunity over there. As for AMD, person who asked for AMD, I mean, yeah, I'm not really looking to see any trades over here. I don't see a trade. I don't want to force a trade. So I'm just going to be hands off on it. And Nvidia looks like a better spot to look for a trade at the moment. And it's got a $30 ATR. Nvidia was at $40 ATR a week or two ago. Now we're at $32. So ATR is going lower. The people the big money at the very least is just patiently waiting for Nvidia to actually report. And if they are rating, I think the smartest thing for us to do is also wait along with them. But if Nvidia starts moving before that report a little bit, maybe we can join that party and see if anyone's actually splurging their money over here on Nvidia. DIA, the Dow Jones, making a new all-time high recently along with the QQQs. Now the only lagging market seems to be the IWM Russell 2000. The only one, or at least a small cap market, should I say, lagging a little bit. Let's see if the IWM Russell can finally catch up over here. And if IWM catches up, does that mean the small cap stocks all start going crazy? FFIE starts joining that party one more time, which holds the dollar, and it starts going above $4 again. So a lot of craziness is expected. Not sure what can really happen. All we can do is pray that the market stays hot after we start going higher because of the thanks to Nvidia. I honestly believe the Nvidia is going to move the market much higher. Nvidia is going to take the $1,000 area, and it's going to give you beautiful scalp shorts off of that 1,000. I think you're going to get an opportunity to go long through 1,000. So I just want to wait for that instead of pushing or forcing trades on semiconductor stocks currently. That's a day trader's mindset. However, if you're thinking about, I don't know, like a swing trader, then I can't give you swing trader opinions on those positions. I never really traded those as swing trades. I trade more controlled stocks as a swing trade. We're going to the economic calendar for tomorrow. We got quite a bunch of people talking. Looks like 4 a.m. Treasury Secretary Yellen speaks at 4 a.m. Market's just going to be starting at that moment, okay? Fed Governor Krosner speaks at 4:20. Redbook at 8:55. Market opens at 9:30, and right before market opens, we got Fed Waller at 9 a.m. Fed Barkin at 9 a.m. We got Fed Williams at 9:05. Bostic at 9:10. Barr at 11:45. Collins at, that's after the market. Bostic again after the market, and then Mester again after the market. What is going on tomorrow that you guys are so busy throughout the day on the microphone? Not sure what's going on over here, but there have some statements to be coming out throughout the day, starting in the open of the market. Events data will be released. Maybe it's just a report that comes out instead of them actually talking. Either way, we'll see if they're actually talking or not. The market's gonna possibly move around those time periods. Keep an eye open. For us day traders, it's gonna be 9 o'clock, 9:10, 11:45. No big market economic events such as PPI, CPI coming into play tomorrow. So possibility that the market does what it did today, absolutely nothing. Just kind of chops around into yesterday's high and into VWAP. Overall was pretty bullish for the market, right? Pretty bullish for the market. Looked like we were gonna break out to the upside, and then that got stuffed right back down, sadly. But we'll see if we can continue this Monday rally on the QQQ and on the S&P 500. Oh, SPYs actually got sold a little bit more than the QQQ. I was only watching the QQQ today. SPYs got sold off a little bit more than the QQQ later on in the day. QQQ managed to stay above VWAP, but the SPY managed to close under VWAP. So we'll see if the SPY can catch up tomorrow and the QQQs can rally a little bit higher, or is the market just staying standstill until Nvidia reports and then we blast off. And then, ooh baby, let's get ready to rumble, let's get ready to party. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our wonderful watch list. Everything that I want to be prepared for, and most likely what you should be prepared for too, because those are going to be the big opportunities. Obviously you got your crank. If you're on Kraken, is that what it is? If you're on crack, you can trade Kraken. Or FFIE, if you want to be like me and be another crackhead, you can trade FFIE, you can trade GME, you can trade AMC. I mean, look, you can trade any. Ooh, AMC GME actually had a nice pop going into the close, surprisingly enough. Okay, you can trade any stock you really want, right? No one's stopping you from doing anything. But if you want to be successful as a day trader, S&B Capital says this a lot, and so does Lance. You want to trade the stocks that are having the highest R-wall, that are being traded the most. Some of them may not be in your wheelhouse, but if you start learning how to trade those stocks, you won't do it if you're not watching them. But if you start learning how to trade those stocks, you'll start building some new skills. You start getting better at trading your positions that you already are good at, and you start acquiring new skill sets that you can start exploring and deploying. So, you know, always good to get better, get 1% better than you were yesterday. That's the whole point of trading, in my opinion. Just be better. Just be better than you were yesterday. Make new mistakes. Don't make the same mistakes. Make a plan, stick to the plan. Do not deviate from it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our stream for tonight. Hopefully you're all ready for tomorrow. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. If you're on Twitch, hit that Twitch Prime. Don't let it go to waste. Spend it on somebody. If you're on YouTube and you have YouTube Premium, use your YouTube Premium. 1 free subscribe or 1 free member. I think you get 1 free member for YouTube Premium. Use it on me. I would appreciate that a lot. All my social media links across whatever platform you're watching me on. If you're watching me on Twitter or Twitch, you can just go to my profile bios and you can see a link tree in that link in the profile. You can click that and you'll be forwarded to all my links, my social media links, and my affiliate sponsors. Shout out to Benzinga, shout out to Trade Ideas, shout out to Trader Sync. Go use those links and check out the promo codes along with those links to get a nice little discount. Along with that, please join my social media. We have a Discord group where we have amazing conversations throughout the day. This is my bot playground where I play with bots. What the hell is going on over here? Are you playing a game? Are you watching a game? Is that a movie? Is he watching Red October? That's Red October, isn't it? What the hell is that? Oh, it's Stargate. What the hell is that? Your cup is on empty. You gotta charge your cup. Gotta charge your cup, buddy. Come on now. Is that Buddha? Oh, it's Doomlord. I knew that was Doomlord, but I don't know. I was just thinking that it might be Buddha. But yeah, see, we have amazing conversations throughout the day about stocks, sometimes memes, about random bullshit. We have other conversations going on too. We have amazing tools and integrations to help you out with bots and so on. More to come in the future. If you have any requests, feel free to ask us. But join our Discord, join my Twitter, join my Instagram and all that fun stuff. But that basically is the stream in terms of the stock market. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. I would love your support on that end. Now, to the more fun part of the stream, heading over to playing chess for the night. But you guys know, before we play chess, we gotta put on our headphones because we need Dieter's music. Ooh, this music's kind of loud today. Okay. We gotta go to the chess camera though before Dieter gets mad. Where's the chess camera? There we go. Chess camera. Okay, you guys ready? How do we do this? I forgot. How do we do this? Oh yeah, we do puzzles first. Oh, but you guys want to do a tournament? Nah, I'm not good enough to play a tournament. These guys are insane. I just watched a tournament today. They're like 1,500 and so on. I'd get my butt whooped. Let's just do what we normally do. Let's do puzzles first, and then puzzle of the day, and then we can just play our game, get our win, go away. All right, let's just do what we do normally. Black to win. How does black win here? Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if I go here or go here. Sorry, with that piece, but that made more sense. White to move, 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 white to move. Okay. Oh, I didn't even see I forked 2 pieces there. I didn't even see that. Okay. White to move. White to move. White to move. Checkmate, mate. Ooh, I'm at 1,000 rating on puzzles now. Ooh, forked. Black to move. King's over here. Oh, I just got above 1,000 and I'm back below 1,000. Oh, whatever. We did a highest was 1,003. That's not bad. Look, we were at like what before? How low were we here? We were pretty low before. We'll take it. We'll take it. All right, puzzle of the day. Black to move. Oh, I thought it was here. Never mind. What would I do in the situation? I need a hint. Go here. Okay. Then I go here. Okay. Got it. Gotcha. Oh, we need to do that day. We didn't do yesterday's puzzle. White to move. Mate, what? Why would I do that? Ah. And there's no way to kill me. Ah. But that's such a long workaround. Holy moly. That's such a long workaround. Alright, anyways. Let's get our game going. Do we do a 1-minute game? No, let's just do our normal game. Normal game, chat. Normal game. We need to work our normal game up. Okay. This is a nice beat, Dieter. I'll just put it up in my headphones instead of making you guys deaf. Double them up, 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 double them up. I'd rather double up this guy than that guy. I'll give you a chance to escape, sir. Okay. Okay. Yeah, not gonna happen, buddy. You're not gonna take my rook and you're not gonna fucking do the fork on me. You're stupid if you think you're gonna do that to me, bud. Come on. Come on. Come down here. Come to Papa. Oh, he's gonna come for it anyways. I should have moved him here. That's fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's even points basically at this point. It's okay. All he has is 2 rooks and a queen, obviously, but it's all he has. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Stop panicking. Technically, I'm not, though. This guy's trapped now. Okay, now I'm ahead. Come on. Fuck it. Kill it, please. Get out of my way. No! No, I meant to move him further down. Oh! Oh! Oh, I fucked that one up. Am I being paid to lose? Well, that was interesting. That was interesting for sure, but I am not being paid to lose. I wish I was. I really wish I was being paid to lose. This guy's trapped here. Let's trap him. Yeah, that guy's trapped. Oh. You like that one better? No mistakes, nothing? You like that one better than the first one, hopefully? Oh, the first one hurt my soul. The first one hurt my soul so much that I have to win 2 to prove you guys. Well, I have to prove nothing to nobody, but the first one hurt my soul. Who the fuck does that? I guess I didn't back him up, that's my fault. But why would you do that? Checkmate, checkmate, checkmate. Alright, you didn't mean to do that, alright. I gave him an easy thing, man. I gave him it for free. I lost the pawn for free. I lost the pawn for free. Really, Bubs? Alright, I'm throwing this game now. Hi, Brad. Just join in. Guess I've got the replay for my watch list. I smashed the like button. Yes, sir. I finished the stream for today. I apologize. Hey, even Steven. He made a mistake. I made him slip up. Pow, 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 pow. Even Steven. Oh, lovely. I need to get this guy over here so you can get a look over there. And then I need to go over here and bang. Skibbity doobity bop bing 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 bang. Idiot! Idiot! Now we're up! Resignation? Resignation? Hello? Okay, there you go. There you go. Come on now. Come on now. Like, what am I watching? What am I actually watching here? There, I had to do this after that first game, I had to win 2 just to show you guys that I'm way better than I was before. Because that first game, all it showed you guys that I am exactly the same guy making the same mistakes. That's so bad. That's so bad. But here, you have 2 games back to back at higher elo than you've ever seen me in the highest elo you've ever seen me in, and in 10 and 14 moves. Okay, and look at my record. 5 move win, 35. I've been on a roll, chat. I've been on a roll, okay? I've been on an absolute heater. The first one was cringeworthy, no doubt. But the second one and the third one were come on, claps worthy. I needed golf claps for that. I need Twitch Primes for that. I need members for that. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that like if you haven't already. That second and that third win, you grew a few more brain cells for sure. That's all I wanted to hear. Honestly, that's all I wanted to hear. Just a little proof that I got better at this fucking game after hours and hours of me putting time into it. But we're not there yet though. The final stop is Grandmaster, and we're not stopping until we get there. But ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you're all ready for tomorrow, because I am. Good luck. And have a great night, but have an even better trading session. I'll catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. TraderPrad out. Good night. Get ready for the watch list for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to bring in my big screen over here. Back to another brand new week of After the After Hours with your host, TraderPrad. I'm doing great. Hopefully you guys are joining me on that great side. Markets are moving around. Might just be a risk on type of day, so let's see what happens. 8 o'clock tomorrow. As you guys know, we do the stream Monday to Thursday, 8 p.m. Shout out to my affiliate sponsors, Benzinga, Trade Ideas, the #1 scanner to go to, Trader Sync, promo code down below, promo code PRAD15 to get 15% off. I will catch you guys tomorrow, 8 o'clock, same time, same place. Until then, TraderPrad out. Adios.